The last rays of the sun, a fiery disk of orange and gold, began their slow descent, casting long, lazy shadows across the rich, rolling fields of a farm in Delta, York County, Pennsylvania. The air, thick with the scent of damp earth and blooming clover, hummed with the evening's most important ritual: dinner. Farmer Jed, a grizzled old man with a perpetually tired expression, had just finished his rounds. He had lugged a heavy bucket of slop, a steaming, fragrant mixture of kitchen scraps, milk mash, and corn to Barnaby the pig. Barnaby buried his snout in it with a joyful snort, his entire body wiggling in contentment. A few feet away, Jed had filled the long trough for the Gaggle sisters, a trio of loud and gossipy geese with a mix of grains and cracked corn. They waddled in a line, squawking their thanks, their necks craning to get the best kernels. In the coop, Henrietta, a fluffy Wyandotte hen with a permanent side-eye, led her 7 chicks to their own pile of cracked corn. She pecked at a kernel, showing her chicks, especially a particularly feisty one named Pip, how to find the most satisfying morsels. The chicks chirped and scratched with gusto, their tiny beaks working furiously. Meanwhile, in the large pen, Bartholomew, the enormous Holstein bull, had just finished his evening meal of silage and hay. He was now placidly chewing his cud, his massive jaw working with slow, rhythmic purpose. Melvin the meat whistle, a bird so tiny he seemed to be made entirely of fluff and boundless ambition, fluttered back to the big red barn. His minuscule wings ached from a day of relentless labor. His dinner, a collection of plump, juicy beetles and the ripest corn kernels he had meticulously pecked, was already a fond memory. He had earned it. His little heart swelled with pride, a tiny drum of self-satisfaction. It had been a truly good day's work, and now it was time for his nightly ritual. The triumphant horn. Melvin's perch of choice was the highest, dustiest rafter, a splintered throne from which he could survey his domain. He puffed out his chest, a thimble-sized drum of accomplishment. He took a deep, shuddering breath, filling his lungs with the familiar scent of dried hay and the sweet, musky perfume of cow manure. He focused all his energy into a single, magnificent honk. The sound that escaped him, however, was less a glorious fanfare and more of a pathetic, squeaky fart that was instantly swallowed by the vast, open space of the barn. A low, rumbling chuckle rippled through the barnyard. Sounds like someone's been eating too many fermented berries again, Henrietta clucked. Barnaby, who had just finished his slop and was now wallowing in a particularly fragrant mud puddle, snorted with glee. Couldn't even call that a toot, he grunted, a wide, muddy smile on his face. More like a tiny plink. Even the old barn cat, a grizzled Tom named Marmalade who spent most of his time napping, flicked an ear in amusement. Over in the pen, a couple of sleepy goats, Billy and Nanny, were munching on a pile of hay and a discarded newspaper, observing the scene with their strange, rectangular pupils. Melvin's little heart felt a sharp pang of shame. His nightly horn tooting was supposed to be his moment, his celebration of a job well done. He was a meat whistle, after all, and he was supposed to have a magnificent horn. His tiny shoulder slumped, and he hung his head, feeling the warmth of the day's pride drained away into the cool evening air. Suddenly, a deep, resonant bellow shook the very foundations of the barn. It was Bartholomew, the bull! Melvin! He rumbled, his voice a low, comforting vibration. A horn isn't just about how loud you can be. It's about how much you mean it. You've worked hard today. You've earned your dinner and your rest. Now put all that pride and effort into your chest and toot your horn for no one but yourself. The other animals fell silent, a rare moment of unity in the bustling farm. Melvin looked up, his bright little eyes wide. He saw Bartholomew's massive, kind eyes, the gentle sway of his tail. He saw Henrietta, who was now watching him with a calm, expectant look. He looked down at the farmyard below. He saw the golden light of the setting sun casting a buttery glow on everything. The straw on the ground gleamed like scattered jewels, and the dust motes danced in the air. The scent of sweet hay and damp earth filled his little lungs. Melvin took another deep, determined breath. This time, he didn't try to make it big or loud. He just put his heart into it. He focused on the feeling of his tiny muscles working hard, of his job well done, of the satisfaction he felt in his own little chest. And then he let it out. A clear, sweet, and surprisingly resonant toot echoed through the barn. It wasn't a bull's bellow or a rooster's crow, but it was perfect. It was a sound that was all Melvin, a tiny, triumphant trumpet of pure pride. The other animals erupted in a chorus of approval. Henrietta clucked a little cheer. Barnaby gave a heartfelt oink. And even Marmalade the cat let out a soft, approving trill. The Gaggle sisters honked in unison, a genuine applause. Melvin's little heart swelled with a feeling far greater than pride. It was a true sense of belonging. He might be small, and his horn might not be loud, but it was his. As he hopped down from his perch, he felt like a tiny king on his golden, dusty throne. He ate each kernel slowly, savoring the taste of earned success, a flavor as sweet as fresh honey and as rich as the delta soil he called home. All right, folks, that's our story for tonight. I hope you all enjoyed following Melvin the meat whistle on his journey of self-discovery and horn tooting. Eventually, if you did, please smash that like button with all your might. Every little click helps a tiny meat whistle like me get seen by more lovely viewers out there in York, Pennsylvania, and beyond. And if you want to see more heartwarming and hopefully funny tailies from our little farm here, be sure to subscribe to the channel. We've got Henrietta's Chicken Wisdom, Barnabas' Muddied Adventures, Bartholomew's Sage Advice, and even the occasional grumpy cameo from Marmalade. Forget to hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future shenanigans right here in Delta. Finally, if you really loved Melvin's story and want to help us keep the farm tailies coming, please consider sharing this video with your friends and family. You can tweet it, post it on your favorite social media, or even just tell someone about the little bird who just wanted to toot his own horn. Every share makes a huge difference and helps our little community grow. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Good night from the farm.